Wizards of the West Coast. Tapping out, slinging spells. I hate your deck. Each episode, we highlight a new commander deck that you get to see pop off in a glorious fashion. We show up, sling spells, and have fun. Now meet our players for this episode.
What's up, everyone? It's Lynch from I Hate Your Deck. We got some more spicy people here to play some spicy games, and hopefully no one is the Jesus turning our spice into salt. I just love playing Paper Magic with my friends, and I'm glad I got some awesome friends here today.
Matt, excited to be back, playing with some new friends, some old friends. Gonna hopefully do some fun stuff.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Larry, back again, hoping to contribute to good plays, fun times, just a great experience for all parties concerned, yourself included.
Larry, the magic player of the people.
I'm Barry. I'm here to get my lickings in and learn about some new cards and commanders and see what happens.
Hey, we got the double of this dad energy over here. We're gonna get it going here. Larry and I had a little battle discussion on who is the better Transformer commander. Is it Starscream or Slicer? So we're deciding to have a little bit of a war because we wanted to have this on camera. Starscream versus Slicer. One thing I love about Starscream is I love that Starscream is such good on flavor. Gives the monarch, creating a whole mini game where we all want to attack whoever has to draw a card. But also when you get hit, doesn't Starscream transform and flies off?
Yes, he turns into Starscream Seeker Leader, which is the weaker version, and on your turn, or on opponent's turns, this version isn't a creature.
It's so on flavor. I love when a magic card actually feels really good with the character, which I think it does. And then I think the cool thing that Slicer does, being a commander, that I get to cast it and then pass it to all of you to kind of beat each other with it. Both cards create a group effort.
Mini games that interact with each other because, well, unless you get to be the monarch, we'll be incentivized to swing on whoever the monarch is in order to,
with Slicer.
Take it.
Yeah,
with the Slicer. So I'm looking forward to how this interacts. Starscream as the mono black transformer, though, is clearly, I think, the superior choice for all those who are curious out there.
So Slicer, hired muscle. More than meets the eye cost is 2 colors and red, so I can cast him for Slicer, high speed antagonist. Legendary vehicle, artifact, living metal. As long as it's your turn, this vehicle is also a creature. So if it's on your turn and you do a board wipe for creatures, it would survive because it would only be an artifact on your turn. On my turn, it's a creature. First strike haste. Whenever Slicer deals combat damage to a player, convert it end of combat. So that's important because end of combat happens, I convert it, then it goes to Slicer hired muscle, which is a double strike haste 3/4 versus this was a 3/2 just first strike. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, you may have that player gain control of Slicer until end of turn. If you do, untap Slicer, goad it, and it can't be sacrificed this turn. If you don't, convert it. I love getting to send Slicer around the table and have fun having all of us hit people in the face. That's what this deck does. This deck, obviously is all about the fast mana, just getting Slicer out, whatever ritual, I gotta get him out as fast as possible to start getting it happening, to start making all of us have funsies of feeling the power of Slicer.
I don't know if all of us will be having the funsies, but you will for sure.
No, but if you're hitting someone, you're gonna have funsies because you're still taking out one of your enemies, right?
We'll see.
There'll probably be one.
You will see. I think you'll have a little bit more fun than all of us.
Okay.
Starscream Power Hungry is a 4 mana 2/3 flying. Whenever I draw a card, if I'm the monarch, target opponent loses 2 life. Whenever one or more creatures deal combat damage to you, convert Starscream. So he converts to his more than meets the eye cost, which is Starscream Seeker Leader, which is a 2/3 flying menace haste with living metal. As long as it's my turn, this vehicle is also a creature. Whenever Starscream deals combat damage to a player, if there is no monarch, that player becomes the monarch. Then, whenever I become the monarch, I convert Starscream. So he's cheaper and more evasive here, and then he's actually a real threat to just deck people or end people through me drawing piles of cards on this side. It's like a more mellow Shieldred.
Dude, Starscream is a good deck, and my Slicer is a good deck. These are competitive decks trying to win and do some damage.
We'll see if they're competitive enough.
Oh, burn!
I have a unicorn here that's gonna flicker things. So for 3 generic, exile another target creature and then bring it back. So you're gonna see a lot of value, a lot of ETB triggers, destroy things. bring things back, see what I can do. I do have a few combos that are heavy lift, and we'll see if I can get it out, but it's not too combo heavy, but if you leave this creature unbothered, it's gonna get unmanageable quick.
Maybe we can flicker Slicer a little bit.
A little bit.
That'd be kind of nice.
We might. We'll see what happens.
I'm playing here with Satya, Aetherflux Genius, Menace Haste, 1, and Jeskai, 3/5. Whenever Satya attacks, create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of up to one other target non-token creature I control. I get 2 energy, and then at the beginning of the next end step, sack that token unless I pay an amount of energy equal to its mana value. So hopefully get some cool ETBs, double up on those, and get to keep my copies.
Hey guys, if you can support our show, join our Patreon so we can keep making episodes for you that drop every other Friday. Plus, you can play in the Discord with us, chat with us, or watch the episodes early. So your support helps keep the show afloat. Thanks again.
I hate your deck.
All right, let's roll and see who goes first.
5. Let's go.
All right, Matt goes first. 7. Okay.
Untap baby draw. I've got this island as land for turn pass.
Draw. Mountain for turn. Tap the mountain for Ragvan. Ragvan, Nimble Pilferer. Monkey Pirate, 2/1. When Ragvan deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure token and exile the top card of that player's library. Until end of turn, you may cast that card. So I chose to do his rare cost, not his dash cost, because I don't have enough mana. And I pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw, play a swamp. I'll play a mana crypt. I'll pay 3 and cast Starscream, Seeker Leader, for the more than meets the eye cost. I have a 2/3 flying Menace Haste. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, if there is no monarch, that player becomes the monarch. Whenever I become the monarch, I convert him. I'm going to declare battle, and I'm going to attack Matt for 2 in the air.
Didn't go after me.
Well, I've got nothing to block with. Take 2. And I become the monarch?
Correct.
He's doing that so that if I get Slicer out, he wants me to hit
Oh, that's next level gaming.
you. Yeah, he doesn't want to give it to me and have it be stuck in me.
Yeah.
He's thinking ahead. He's 3D
You know,
chess.
I said that there would be mini games. I'm just imagining myself as the commissioner of one of the mini games. That's all. You know,
You're
I'm
the
just
commissioner.
setting a little bit of
Set the
influence
tone.
to the rules.
You know I'm not going to
Sneaky
want to
Larry.
draw.
Yeah.
Tough talk with a turn 1 mana crypt.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I'm a little jealous. Here we go. Draw for turn. Arid Mesa for turn. Hit me for damage. I'll go get something. And I will cast an Altar of the Brood on that first turn.
Okay.
I'll get the Savannah and use that. Your turn, man.
All right. Untap, upkeep, draw. Exotic Orchard is my land for turn. My great friend Lynch can make red, so I'm going to tap these 2 for an unstable amulet. When it ETBs, I get 2 energy, and when I cast a spell from anywhere other than my hand, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. I can tap it and pay 2 energy and exile the top card of my library. I can play it until I exile another card with Unstable Amulet. So I'll make 2 energy, which I will immediately use to tap and exile the top card of my library, which is a Rush of Inspiration. And I'll move to end step, and I'll draw off the Monarch.
Oh, that's nice. Does that feel good?
And I'll pass the turn.
Okay,
Feels amazing.
So what happens with this card? It stays exiled?
Yes, and I can play it until I exile another card with Unstable Amulet.
Okay.
Untap, upkeep, draw. There's a lot of stuff that you can draw into that changes things. All right, Ancient Tomb is what I drew. So now I can immediately go for the meets the eyes. So I'm gonna go more than meets the eyes. I'm gonna tap her to myself for 2. Slicer will come the Slicer higher speed. He's gonna come in as an artifact, living vehicle, first strike, haste. I'm gonna now, if that resolves,
It does.
Yeah.
go to combat.
And hit Larry.
I'm going to hit Larry with Slicer, and I'm gonna hit you with my Ragvan to get the Monarch.
Okay, yeah.
Larry for 3, 2 at Matt.
No blocks, take 2.
You become Der Monarch.
I become the Monarch, and I make a treasure, and let's get one of these Kevin tokens. All right, the I Hate Your Deck treasure made from, look at that, the foil.
They're so sick,
Damn.
dude.
Yeah,
Credit to Kev.
dude, appreciate
Hell yeah.
that. Okay,
You've exiled the Steam Vents with Ragavan.
And I already played a land, and I don't think I can play, right? It just says
Yeah, cast, I
you may
believe.
cast, yeah, so I couldn't even do anything, so it just stays exiled. Upon combat damage, Slicer will convert to hired muscle.
Bang.
So now, he's converted. I will pass a turn, Monarch trigger, draw from Monarch.
Okay. I'll untap.
I give you
upkeep.
Slicer.
I get Slicer. I also roll for Mana Crypt. I will be rolling every single time I roll. It will be odds. I am safe. I am looking to roll odds. That is the outcome I want. And I'm just letting you guys know that because odds are the order of the day.
Oh!
Damn.
Wanted you to be punished for your turn 1 Mana Crypt.
Yep. I'll play a Throne of the High City. I'll declare battle. Barry, I'm swinging on you with Slicer. Michael, I'm swinging on you with Starscream.
So you are the
Starscream,
Monarch.
Power hungry. I am the Monarch. I will pay 4 mana.
4.
Yes.
You had
I
to
will
recount that.
entrench my legacy as the Monarch for now with the One Ring. Indestructible legendary artifact. When the One Ring enters the battlefield, if you cast it, you gain protection from everything until your next turn. That is the case. At the beginning of my upkeep, I lose 1 life for each burden counter on the One Ring, and I can tap, put a counter on it, then draw a card for each counter on it.
That's a pretty good card to have right now.
Yep.
Especially with what he'll do being the Monarch.
No doubt.
He's gonna get card
And a
draw.
full turn cycle protection from Slicer.
That's horrible.
I'll tap the One Ring, putting a counter on it, drawing a card. Mike, you lose 2 life. I am the Monarch. Starscream says so.
Decepticons!
Dude, killing it, these Decepticons.
Where's my Autobots? We gotta get back.
All right, then I'm gonna pass the turn, Monarch trigger. I'm gonna draw another card, and you'll lose another 2 life, Mike.
Yep, I take 2.
Starscream looks like the better transformer right now.
Untap. I'm going to turn 2 now.
You will get Slicer.
Draw. Fortified village land for turn. I'm going to show everybody that I do have a forest in hand. So that gets to come in untap.
We mill because of Alter the Brood.
You do. Everybody mills 1 card here.
Mountain.
Attica Wastes.
Buried Ruin.
Tap fortify. For a green mana and cast Avacyn's Pilgrim. Everybody mills 1 card when that enters because of Altar of the Brood.
Magnus of the Moon.
Command Tower.
Erebos, God of the Dead.
So I'm going to go to combat and I get to swing this thing however I want. But not you because it's goated. And
Correct.
You've got protection from everything from your One Ring.
However, you could attack me in the interest of us surviving longer as a table.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
I like
He
that
could-
idea.
He could do the same. However, it would be cool if the mountains I've moved to make this a possibility, you know, like we can try to spread it around in the future or maybe destroy it so we don't kill each other with it.
I like the way you're talking, Larry.
I'm going to think about that. Matt, I'm going to attack with Slicer at you.
I got no blocks. Take
Barry's
6.
about that think long, think wrong.
That hurts.
Pass turn.
Barry really knows how Slicer's supposed to work.
Yeah. You're playing Selesnya, but it seems like you know
he's
about
subverting
mono
the rules
red.
of Slicer Ball.
So untap upkeep, you will get Slicer.
And draw. And I'll remember what you did, Barry.
Slicer, yes. Make your enemies hate each other.
When? Way back on turn 2?
Yeah.
It's turn 3. Why are you bringing up old stuff for, bro?
I don't forget.
That's the old us.
No.
This is the new
No,
us.
I'm no
you're
better. I haven't
toxic.
evolved.
I want revenge.
I've got blocker.
I'd like to move into combat. And I would like to swing Slicer over at Barry.
But there was a theory put forth that we can work together. No, I don't think he remembers.
I don't like that nerd philosopher.
He was. Larry
Who's the guy
was-
who
I've already
said that?
declared my. I'd feel so bad taking it back. So
I'll take it.
yeah.
All right. 6 damage.
Why can't we be friends?
And I'm at
Slicer
12
said
from
so.
Slicer.
Second main, I'd like to tap 2 for a solar transformer. ETB's tapped, and I get 3 energy. I can tap it for a colorless, or tap it, pay an energy, and add 1 mana of any color. Got 3 energy here. I'll pass.
Untap. Draw for turn. Play a mountain for turn. I'm gonna tap 2 for the Ancient Tomb. I'm gonna cast Mask of Memory. Whenever a equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you may draw 2 cards. If you do, discard a card. I will pay 1. I will attach Slicer to Mask of Memory. Responses. I will go to combat. I really want to hit Larry. This is what's unfortunate.
That's too bad.
I want to draw into answers for Larry.
Don't touch my boy.
So
Kiss
I'm
the
gonna
ring.
s-
He's
I'm gonna
protected
swing.
man.
I'm going to swing at you for... So you might kill it with that, so yeah.
It's not
All right.
blocking with that
All
thing.
right.
I'm ready.
Bro, are you
ready
kidding
for
me?
smoke.
Against Ragavan?
So you might... Hey,
The
exiles.
Pilgrim never been more ready.
I'm ready for smoke.
Damn it.
Human monk versus a monkey
2-1.
pirate.
It is a 2-1.
You make your decisions. I
right.
reveal nothing.
To be...
you
to
get
be
no
safe,
information for free.
to be safe, I'll just come at you with everything.
To be safe, you'll just swing at me for 8.
I want the treasure token and the exile.
In response,
Yeah, damn. Matt always has responses for me.
I tap a blue to tune the narrative. Draw a card. I get 2 energy. This is scary for you. Look at all this energy. I got 5.
You're playing a
Yeah.
young man's deck. You got too
No
much
blocks.
energy, kid.
I get another treasure token, exile a card.
Welcome to the Dirty Dozen Club.
Feels bad.
It's almost turn 3 for me, man.
Strionic Resonator.
I will draw 2 cards, and if you do, discard a card. For you, Barry, because I love you, I'm going to discard the Blood Moon.
Thanks, bro.
We don't need to play that kind of magic today.
Thanks, bro.
We're still gonna kill you, Mike.
I control 3 artifacts currently,
Machine. Kill them all.
so I can't deal damage to your creatures either.
Oh no, you can kill my creatures.
So I can kill your creature. You have protection.
Yes.
I have protection from everything until my next turn.
As the monarch should.
I am Dermernerk.
I'm gonna pay 1 for Galvanic Blast to Starscreams. Because I have 3 artifacts, it deals 4 damage instead. So 4 damage to Starscream.
Okay.
Yuck.
Right. There he is.
I did that in my main in case I lose those artifacts. Guess that's all I do, Pester.
Untap. Upkeep. I will lose 1 from the 1 ring. I will roll for Mana Crypt. As you all know, odds are what we want. Say it with me. Not
Yes.
this time.
Time to pay the price for the greed.
As it turns out, yes.
Your
Oh,
upkeep, you will get Slicer.
why sweetenly? I'll draw for turn. Play a swamp.
Technically, I have that's still under my controls. When you do damage, right, I'll have the ability to draw and discard.
I'll tap the swamp, cast a soul ring. I'll tap the soul ring, cast a jet medallion.
2.
His turn 3.
His 3.
I'll tap the 1 ring, put a second counter on it, draw 2 cards. I'll pay 4 and cast a cost-reduced Junji, the Midnight Sky. 5/5 Flying Menace. Whenever it dies, I choose 1. Each opponent discards 2 cards and loses 2 life. Or I put target non-dragon creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under my control, and I lose 2 life. I'll declare battle. Odds, evens. Matt, I'm sorry. It is the will of the dice. 3/4 double strike.
No blocks. Take 6. More.
I know what I'm doing with that thing.
I know what both of you are doing, Larry.
I mean, you can swing on me and we can dead it.
Or I could kill him before he gets to turn 4. Slicer, baby. Woo!
You've gone mad with power, Barry.
What dragon do you have in your graveyard?
I got Erebos.
That's not a dragon, right?
He is definitely not a dragon. He is a dragon not.
He is a dragon.
Not. He is a dragon not. A dragonaut. Why, yes, a rider of dragons. So, double strike.
On your attack, I draw 2 cards, and then I will discard a card.
Well, he's got double strike. You do that twice.
Okay, I'm gonna discard Burnout, and then I do it again. I'll discard a mountain.
Okay. I will then pass the turn,
Untap.
You'll get
drawing
an
a
upkeep.
card as the
So
monarch.
you're giving it to me?
Oh yeah.
Oh, thank you. Draw. I'm going to play a forest for the turn. When the forest comes in, you guys all mill a card. Let's do this the
Mountain.
right. the-
Behemoth of Vault 0.
Animate dead.
Okay, here's what we'll do. We're gonna go to combat.
You're in combat.
You're gonna let him
Slicer.
draw 4 cards if you
No,
swing
I'm
at
gonna
him.
attack
thank
you,
God.
man. With Slicer.
Sounds good. I will block with Junji.
I will respond.
Okay.
Yuck!
I'm gonna crack one to go to a red, and I'm gonna cast Build to Smash. Target attacking creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. If it's an artifact creature, it gains trample until end of turn. So now Slicer will be a 6/7 double strike. Trample.
I don't want this. I have to respond.
Well, I want you to kill that and give him some damage, because he's only at 3.
Yeah, I know what you want.
You don't want to take him out too? He's doing pretty good.
No.
He wants to take me out, but he doesn't want it to go down like that. Smartly thinks that Slicer should be rid
but
of
you should
also.
let that go through. We should absolutely let it go through. Shouldn't you not? If you're
You
gonna
should just keep drawing card upon card upon card. Is that the argument you're trying to make here, Mike?
You have a 1 ring drawing cards. Yeah, we're both drawing cards. Absolutely. Touche.
Yeah, this is not what I wanted to do with this, but I am going to tap for a white, responding to your spell, and I'm going to cloud shift. I'm going to exile a target creature I control, then return that card to the battlefield under my control. I control Slicer. I'm going to exile this. It's going to lose its equipment.
He owns it, though.
Right, but this is not about ownership.
You're doing that before damage?
I understand, but as the owner of his commander, he can elect to put that in the command zone, no?
Once it's exiled.
Yeah.
So do you want to let it flicker back onto my board state, or do you want control of it?
I mean, I guess I'll have it go to my command zone.
There you go. Enjoy that in the zone.
I can't believe you didn't want to do
You
it.
could have kept it on the board and kept passing it around.
But then it could hit me. No, because it would come
comes
under
back
your
under
control.
your control
And
if
now
he
the
allows it
slicer
to-
would be yours, and then I would be able to get hit with him.
I've got
that'd
one
be
more
sick.
noogie on my sleeves
Yeah,
here.
let's see your noogie.
I'm gonna tap for a white, and a green, and I'm gonna cast Skyclave Apparition. When Skyclave Apparition enters the battlefield, I'm gonna exile up to 1 target, non-land, non-token permanent that I don't control with a converted mana cost of 4 or less. And when that leaves the battlefield, that exiled card's owner gets to create an XX blue illusion creature token, where X is that CMC. I was really looking at that Mask of Memory,
you
though,
serious?
man.
Gotta be the
maybe
One
even
Ring.
maybe
Over the 1 ring?
not a treasure. You think? All right,
That's
fine.
That's a $200 card right now.
You twisted my arm. Fine, the 1 ring.
If we go
so
for-
what we'll do is we'll exile it under Skyclave Apparition, and when Skyclave Apparition leaves,
You get a
you're going to
4/4.
get an XX.
I'll get a 4/4
blue illusion token, which
But
will
no
be
matter
a 4/4.
what, it's exiled.
Yes.
For good.
You don't get it back. It's
Yeah,
not
No more
like
ring.
one of those.
It's been thrown in Mordor.
Yeah,
It's
like that's
exiled.
just a better
He
card.
fucking, dude.
One
stop
other
the
thing
ring.
happens when this enters the battlefield, aside from its ETB trigger, everybody mills 1.
Yep.
And I pass the
Jewel
turn.
Lotus.
There you
Damn,
go.
that would have been nice.
Get wrecked.
I'm passing.
I'm gonna untap, draw.
Thanks to me, you get to do all those phases.
That was very nice, Barry. I'm gonna play the
Had your back.
spectator
Yeah,
seating.
your back.
I just hate your deck.
But you should at least hit Larry with it first. You're worried about him getting that god back with that much?
Tap Unstable Amulet and pay 2 energy to exile a different card off the top, which will be an Aetherworks Marvel.
Sick.
Whenever a permanent I control is put into a graveyard, I get an energy. I can tap and pay 6 and look at the top 6 cards in my library and cast a card from among them without paying its mana cost. Put the rest on the bottom of my library in any order.
Done some damage to kill Larry World Peace. You just haven't played against Larry enough. You know, you like at least let the damage go through, and then you're like, all right, I flicker him so that way. You
Can
know,
never
he's
get enough
yours.
playing with this guy.
Oh, look at that. Bad vibe.
Damn. I think I really need some blockers out here, unfortunately.
You do need a blocker.
I'm gonna tap 3 here, colorless blue, and you can make a white for this Emissary of Soulfire. When it ETBs, I get 3 energy, and I can pay 2 energy to put an Exalted counter on target creature I control, activate only as a sorcery. I'm gonna pass.
Untap. Draw for turn. I'm gonna tap the Ancient Tomb, lose 2 life. I'm gonna cast a Soul Ring. Welcome to the party. Let's play a mountain for turn. And I have 1 floating from the Ancient Tomb. I can't really crank it. I think I need to gamble, actually. I'm gonna pay 1, and I'm gonna gamble.
I'll literally gamble, yeah.
I'm gonna gamble, yeah. Search your library for a card, put that card in your hand, discard a card at random, and shuffle.
Red Entomb, yeah.
All right, so this will go to my hand. Well, no, I got it.
About
I
to
got it.
pinch
Right.
on
I got it
You were on the
right.
hot hand earlier, I believe.
Wait.
Here, you can cut me.
About to
though.
pinch on that? Let's see it, dude. It's a sign you
That one.
get pinched. That's it. Slow bad? It's not so bad.
I
It's
didn't
still
want to
bad.
lose it though.
Yeah, slow bad's
Definitely
good.
not when I want to lose. Make artifact indestructible. He's indestructible. I still have some stuff I can do. I'm gonna use the 1 floating, and I'm gonna cast a commander's plate. I'm gonna tap that for 2, and then this for 1. I'm gonna desperate ritual. I have 3,
Generic.
1 generic. 3, 4, 5, 6. Tap out all of it. So 4,
5, 6.
enough for me for 5 for my second time bringing Slicer out as living metal, and that's enough for me to crack this treasure to cast Graft Digger's Cave. Creature cards in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield. Players can't cast spells from their graveyards or libraries.
Very nice.
It kind of shuts down a little bit of his Yunji thing.
Yeah, well, it takes away one of the options.
I think I will just pass the turn.
Untap, upkeep. I will roll for Mana Crypt. Odds are the numbers we want. It's not odd, oddly enough.
Pay for that.
Yeah, paying
Horn
for
of
it in
greed.
blood. So drawing a card,
Oil blood, since you're a robot, to Decepticon.
play a swamp as my land for turn.
Okay.
I'm gonna pay 5 because of the cost reduction on Jet Medallion and recast Starscream Power Hungry. I am currently the monarch, so this clause applies where if I draw a card from here on, I will be able to have somebody lose 2 life.
Right.
I'll pay 3 and cast Siphon Mind. Each other player discards a card from his or her hand. I draw a card for each card discarded this way.
I'll discard a forest.
I'll discard a mountain.
Sacred Foundry.
I draw 3 cards. Mike, I will have you lose 6 life. Pass the turn, drawing as the monarch, and...
Stay focused, Larry. You know what you're doing.
Stay focused.
Yeah, you're right, dude, you're right.
What?
Mike, I'll
I
have
feel like
you...
that's his shirt. Stay focused, Larry.
I'll have hitting you for 2 with the card draw trigger.
You going to turn 4, Barry?
Untap. I do get a turn 4. I never thought I'd see this day. I'll draw.
We're doing bullshit.
Forest for turn.
Yep.
With the forest for turn, you guys know what to do. Everybody mill one because of Altar of the Brood.
Mountain.
Swamp.
Aether Spike.
I think I'll do it. What everybody wants to see, you've all been waiting for her. Here she is. I'm going to tap 2 white, 2 green, and cast Emiel the Blessed. You will all mill 1 card. Emiel is a 4/4. For 3, I can exile a target creature I control and return to the battlefield under its owner's control. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under my control, I can pay an additional 1, white or green. If I do, I can put a 1/1 counter on that. If it's a unicorn, you get 2 1/1 counters. I'm going to reveal a little bit of information. This is not a unicorn tribal, so not many unicorns.
Threat level
Not yet.
intensifies.
So I milled Possibility Storm.
Oh boy.
Milled
I
Virtue
milled
of
a-
Knowledge.
Milled another swamp.
So I pass turn to you, Matt.
Untap. Upkeep, draw. Got the Shivan Reef as my land for turn. Painlands hurt a little bit more right now. Tap this and pay 2 energy and get a different card because Graft Diggers makes that card kind of useless. Dovin's Veto.
Ooh.
That's a good card. I might just
what-
leave that
how-
one there. Pay 2 energy to put an Exalted counter on Emissary of Soulfire.
So that means if he attacks alone, he gets +1/+1.
Correct, for each Exalted counter.
Until end of turn?
Yeah.
Not counters.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
I will do that again. Get rid of my last energy. Put a second Exalted counter here. And I have paid 6 energy this turn. So I would like to play a cost reduced Blaster Hulk. Article
Hey,
Creature Pirate. Spell costs 1 less to cast for each energy I've paid or lost this turn. Haste, 8/8. Whenever he attacks, I get 2 energy, and then I can pay 8 energy. When I do, he deals 8 damage divided as I choose among up to 8 targets.
Threat level, threat level.
I
You
think
should hit
this
Larry.
is so sexy, dude.
Because he
Yeah.
won't, with my Graft Diggers, he won't get that trigger.
Nah, I'm scared of you bringing Slicer out and trying to hit me. And then just with this very public Dovin's Veto, I'm going to gonna pass.
Oh, no attacks with your giant beefy.
Untap,
This is my blocker for Slicer. This is my
Oh.
insurance.
draw for turn. I'm gonna tap the Soul Ring and a mountain. I'm going to move to equip the Commander's Plate to Slicer. So now it has equipped creature gets +3/+3. It's protection from each color that's not in its identity. So it's got protection from everything but red. I'm gonna tap one red. That's it, 1 red to equipped Mask of Memory.
Yuck.
I'm gonna move. So I guess there's one thing I can't do because I don't want to anger you, even though I wanted to really hurt Larry, because then when he gets it, it would make you not able to block. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep it, I guess, how it is. So
That was the most subtle threat that I've ever heard.
No, because he.
No, I don't want to anger you, so
Well, no,
I'm
'cause-
allowing you to live.
No, because he could counter a spell, right? You're able
Indeed.
to.
Yeah.
He's able to counter something that I could attempt to do because I'm just. When you eventually see it, depending if you do get to see it, we'll see. But it's not an instant. All right, I'll swing at Larry.
I'm sorry I kicked your teeth in.
I'll swing at Larry for the 6.
6 for strike, protection from all colors
That are
except
red.
red. I will take 6.
On the combat damage, I will draw it and then discard. I will discard the Gemstone Caverns.
Wait a second.
He becomes Slicer, hired gun.
Sound effects are not included with the card.
You gotta provide that.
Slicer,
on your own.
hired Moosel. You also get to be Der Monarch. You got me, Mike. Nice. Nice job.
All right, I'll play a mountain for turn. All right, so I'm going to lose 2 life, tap 1, and cast Trinosphere. As long as Trinosphere is untapped, each spell that would cost less than 3 mana to cost 3 mana to cast. So if you have a spell that costs 1, you're going to have to pay 2 colorless. If you had Mana Crypt, you'd have to pay 3 now for Mana Crypt.
3 cost minimum.
Okay, I'm just trying to slow this stuff down, and I know he runs rituals. I'm going to go to my end step, trigger, draw for Monarch, untap.
Untap.
You get
Upkeep.
Slicer.
Odds are what we want. Having a hard time. Then I will draw for turn. I'll declare the battle. Matt, I'm going to attack you with Slicer. And Mike, I'm going to attack you with Junji.
I can't block.
I'll block with my Blaster Hulk.
So
They would trade.
So that dies, goes to the zone, I assume.
I get this.
So I lose
Starscream
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Converts. That was bad.
No, that was really good.
I'll play a swamp as my land for turn. I'm gonna pay 4 and cast Gary the Gray Merchant with his cost reduced by 1 from Jet Medallion.
Gray Merchant of Asphodel.
When he enters the battlefield, each opponent loses X, where X is my devotion to black. I gain life equal to the life lost this way.
You're sitting pretty there.
And then I'll gain 15 up to 36.
Pretty good.
Pass the turn, drawing a card as the monarch. And Mike, I'll have you lose 2 life.
Duh. Untap.
No.
Upkeep. Draw.
Okay.
All I know is that if I had a slicer, I'd know where I'd go with it. All right. Let's get Canopy Vista. Comes in untapped because I do have 2 or more basic lands. Gosh, what do I do?
Why shouldn't I have it?
Exactly.
Why shouldn't I keep it?
When the Canopy Vista comes into
Mill.
play, everybody mill a card.
Talisman.
Reanimate.
Mizium Mortars.
Straight gas. Yeah.
Cards in hand, Larry?
7.
Shit. I'm gonna move to combat. Larry, I'm gonna attack you with a 2/2 Skyclave Apparition. I just want to be Monarch, man. You can either let it slide or I can flicker it and remove your commander.
I don't like the cut of your jib.
No, I'm just saying it's totally
I'm
the
gonna
ball's
blow-
in your court.
I'm gonna block with Gray Merchant.
Okay, I'll tap 3 before damage resolves and I'll flicker.
I'll respond.
Yes, sir.
I'll pay 3 and cast Infernal Grasp. Destroying target creature, I lose 2 life.
Which creature?
The creature you're
I'll
targeting
respond
with
to
the
that. I'll
ability.
tap 3 more and flicker it again. Yep. 1, 2, and 3.
Ooh, what? Oh boy.
Barry versus Larry. Barry takes the win. Apparently the unicorn stabbed it right through the heart.
Unicorn.
She
man.
can only do another creature, right?
Yes.
I should have just done her. That was bad.
You wanna take
But
it
your
back?
tap- No. God, no.
Larry's too good for that.
So you were flickering your creature, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So now all of this resolves. So the first flicker on this resolves. My last flicker goes on first. This leaves. When this leaves, you get that blue illusion.
Oh, damn.
It's a 4/4. Your
So
1 ring is
beautiful.
exiled. So the flicker resolves first. So then this comes back in. And when that comes, 2 things happen. 1, everybody mill 1. The second thing that happens, I get to exile my next non-land, non-token permanent with converted mana cost 4 or less. I know I threatened your commander, but let's just double check and let's do it. Let's hit your commander and exile it.
Okay, commander is exiled.
So since you put him back in the zone, when this leaves, you will not get another blue illusion.
It doesn't make the token because it checks when it leaves if it's still in exile, and it's not. It's in the command zone.
Now your Infernal Grasp looks for that creature.
But since it's a new object in the game because it had been exiled, this spell fizzles.
Then my original flicker spell looks for that. Skyclave can't find it. There's nothing there. The attack has no damage since that attacking creature's been flickered. And we're done with that mess. Pass turn to you, Matt.
Untap, upkeep, draw.
It's not a long time. It's a good time, Barry.
You're still a fabulous
would
unicorn,
like-
dude. Like, there's only one.
I'm about to tap 4. Blue, red, white, and colorless.
Uh-oh, I think I know what it's gonna be.
Cast my commander. The name of the game, Menace, Haste. When it attacks, create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of up to one other target non-token creature I control. 2 energy, beginning of next end step, sack that token unless I pay an amount of energy equal to its mana value. Move to the combat. And I would like to swing my Menace Hasty guy over at you, Lynch. Yeah. And when he attacks, create a tapped and attacking token up to one other target non-creature I control. So I'm gonna make a token copy of my emissary.
You just said a non-creature.
Non-token creature.
Non-token creature.
Non-token creature. Oh, actually, it's gonna be a 5/7 because of the Exalted. The copy will come in tapped and attacking, but I declared Satya as an attacker alone.
Is he exalted?
He is exalted because of emissary. When I attack, I get 2 energy. And I will bring in a tapped and attacking token of Emissary of the Soulfire. When Emissary of the Soulfire ETBs, I get 3 energy. I'll swing my 1/4 also at you, Lynch. But this guy doesn't have Menace, so you can block him with your Ragavan. And then Satya with the 2 Exalted counters is a 5/7.
So I block the 1/5 with Ragvan, and I take 5.
Yep.
That's 5 commander money.
That's gonna matter this
Beautiful
game.
sons.
The life gain mono red.
5 of those, champ.
It's currently locked out because of Trinisphere, so I will pay 2 energy and exile another card with my Unstable Amulet, which is an offer you can't refuse. Would still cost me 3. I'm going to move to end step, trigger to sacrifice my copy goes on the stack, and I will pay 3 energy equivalent to its mana value, so I get to keep it. Then I will pass.
I didn't think it'd be this dire for me. Well, okay, I play a mountain for turn.
If I tap it for you, do you die?
I'm gonna tap 1 red and 6 X for Rolling Earthquake. Rolling Earthquake does 6 damage to each creature without horsemanship and each player. That's all I got. Rolling Earthquake.
Each player, including you.
I kill myself. I'm staying with it. So I'm gonna do, this is all I can do, because earlier I didn't want to give it Menace, because you could have paid 2, and then he could have gotten through, and you could have maybe done whatever you were gonna do to destroy my day. So that was the other card. And then all I had access was just to try to at least do some damage.
All right, 6
So
damage.
6 damage.
Everybody takes 6.
Yes.
So
And
these
all
die.
our creatures take 6. Unicorn, notably, does not have horsemanship. Junji will die. Each opponent discards 2 cards and loses 2 life.
I shall discard my Eldamri's Call and my Craterhoof Behemoth. 2 life.
Discard this localized destruction and this overclocked Electromancer.
Slicer goes out and
So what's your life total now?
3.
It's at 3 now.
I'm at 14.
we could have gone for Larry. He's the problem.
Yeah.
This is big trouble for you guys. Oh, but there's no longer a Trinisphere. So an offer you can't refuse is legitiquate.
It's legitimate again, yeah.
Upkeep, odds, I'm good.
Mana Crypt's on our side.
Yeah, Crypt is helping you guys out
least the
bigly.
die is,
So I draw. I'm gonna play a Gaia Reach Sanitarium. Starscream, I've cast him for 6. He will now cost 8, reduced by 1 to 7.
I have no hand.
Now I don't know if this really means that Starscream is the best Transformer deck.
He's still alive, and Slicer's dead right now.
It's definitely tipping the conversation in Starscream's favor. So I'll pay 7 and cast Starscream Power Hungry, cost reduced, using the Jet Medallion. I am still the Monarch. Pass the turn, drawing a card as the Monarch. I'll have you lose 2, Matt.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw. 3 cast Wood Elves.
Bam, bam, bam!
Everybody mill a card.
And go get a forest.
Talisman.
And there's a forest coming into play tapped.
Untapped.
Oh, yay. Untapped. Doesn't matter. Everybody mill a card. I pass the turn.
Prior to the end of the turn, I'll activate Gaia Reach Sanitarium. Each player draws a card, then discards a card. Because I draw as the Monarch, I'll have you lose 2, Matt.
In response to the draw trigger, I will tap a white and swords your commander.
Well done. I gain 2. Starscream back in the zone. And then we each draw a card and discard a card. Well played. Well played.
I discarded Ashnod's Altar. What? That's also what I drew because I have no hand. I have no hand.
I'll discard this lightning runner. Good to move to my turn.
Yeah. Nice play.
Thank you. Untap
You
it.
stay alive at 1 life.
Upkeep. Draw. We'll
I'm
see how
dead.
for how long. I will tap notably my pain land for colorless, blue, red, white, and 1 more to recast my commander, Menace and Haste.
Larry,
I remember what you've done for me, so I will attack Larry for 3.
Also, threat assessment.
Also,
I'll kick 3.
I'll get 2 energy. I have no other creatures to target with my ability. I will tap Unstable Amulet,
You become the Monarch.
use my 2 energy, and I will exile this Guide of Souls. And I will move to end step and draw for Monarch and pass.
I'll pass.
Okay. Yes, you will. Thanks, Mike. I'll untap, upkeep, Mana Crypt. Odd is what we want. Jeez.
Oh, wow, dude.
Pretty
You've
low
hurt yourself
percentage.
more than other people.
Play a swamp. So +6, 3, 9. So he would cost 8 for more than meets the eye. I'll pay 8 for Starscream Seeker Leader. Flying Menace Haste, Living Metal. So he is a creature because it's my turn. I'll declare battle. Matt, I'll attack you for 2 in the air.
Don't have any tricks this time. Take 2.
So on combat damage, I become the Monarch, and Starscream flips into Starscream Power Hungry. I reclaim the throne, pass the turn, and then draw as the Monarch. I'll have you lose 2.
I'm rooting for you, Barry.
I'll pass the turn.
Everyone's rooting for me.
Everyone at home.
Good guys need a win here. I'll draw a card. Ooh, spice. No, I'm gonna play it. Command Tower, mill.
Okay. I'll hammer its archive.
All right, we'll do 6 to cast Emiel. Mill 1.
Liliana of the Dark Realms.
Going to combat. Swinging my 1/1 Wood Elves.
Got him.
Wood elf damage.
Prior to damage, I'll activate Gaia Reach Sanitarium. Each of us will draw a card and discard a card. I'm still the Monarch at this point, so I'll have you lose 2 life.
I will draw and discard Elish Norn.
Oh my god.
Mother of the Machines.
Okay. Starscream converts.
All right, end step, I get to draw a card since I'm the Monarch. I got a card. I have a hand.
Untap.
Yeah, but no,
upkeep,
I'm the target.
Draw.
You're gonna attack me.
He's
probably gonna see
You're
me.
100% the target. It's a 1v1 situation with multiplayer decks.
So, running it back to before my draw step, or rolling for crypt, odds, number we want.
Yeah.
Man, in this mini game,
I gotta read this. Someone just posted, Barry has a Marlon Brando Don Corleone attitude while playing. Considerate but deadly. I thought that
agree
was
with that.
amazing. Barry's considerate but deadly.
Not in this game, man.
all right, I'll declare battle, and I'll attack you for 2 in the air, Barry.
The unicorn has no wings. Okay, I take 2 in the air.
It should.
2.
I'll pay 1 and cast Dark Ritual.
You become the Monarch, sir.
Yes,
And your boy
and I
Flippies.
convert into Starscream Power Hungry.
God, if you needed any more with your dark rituals, why transfer out
Yeah.
there, everybody?
I'll use that 3 mana and 1 more to cast, for 4 mana, to cast a cost-reduced Invoke Despair. Target opponent sacrifices a creature. If they can't, they lose 2 life and you draw a card. Then repeat this process for an enchantment and a planeswalker.
Okay, so I'm gonna first sack my Wood Elves. I don't lose 2 life and you don't get to draw a card.
Correct.
Now we have to do this again for an enchantment. I don't have any enchantments here, so I lose 2.
Consider it for checking.
You draw.
I draw, and that puts a trigger on the stack for that.
And I lose 2 more. No, I don't have a planeswalker, so I lose 2. He draws.
Another
And
card.
then because he draws, I lose 2. It's exactly enough.
What, Larry? Kill
Mana Crypt
Stash!
did nothing for me.
Kill Stash comes into it. Good job, Larry. Barry.
Good game, man.
Thanks. Good game for it. Oh,
Good game.
Matt, always fun to
Good
have you on.
games.
Dude, you know.
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
I really do love this deck. You know I love this deck. That's why I was excited to see it.
Strong deck, man. I've never
Yeah.
seen that in action. That's a strong deck.
But it also.
I liked what you were doing. I wanted to see you pop off with
I
the
wanted
ETB.
to see me pop off too.
But no, I think it's a really fun deck, and again, I like that it does create the monarch, where he does make you want to like get in on the action and get in on the card draw.
I wonder what would have happened if you A, gave him the slicer that turn. What was it, turn 4 or 5 something? And then B, I wonder what would have happened if you just got the slicer back out that turn and didn't do all those other spells and just kept him going. That was fun, man. That was cool. I've never seen those 2 decks played. That was pretty cool.
And I thought they definitely created a unique dynamic that I
dude.
thought was super fun. So, hey, congratulations
Hey,
that
cheers,
Starscream
buddy.
beat Slicer. We will, off camera, have many more battles.
I think they're both like super fun. I just happen to like mine a little bit more. You know, like drawing cards and blowing people up with this. Like,
Dude, super
that's
awesome.
great.
It's a super fun deck, man. That's why I was really excited to have you have it back on. Because you played it before, but I feel like this got a much better showing in this episode.
Yeah.
And Emiel, like been nice to be able to really do some combo-y stuff.
I had a
nobody
line
get
of
to see.
play where with that Eldamri's Call, I could have gotten Workhorse. And with Altar of the Brood, I could have flickered it endlessly and just milled you guys out. But his Dovin's Veto had me
Just sitting
scared to do the
there.
Eldamri's Call. And so I never quite got it off. Maybe if I let Skyclave Apparition die that turn and didn't flicker twice.
You know what's so funny? Is I was holding Necrologia in
I
hand,
love that card.
and the turn where you had the Dovin's Veto, and I was like, Necrologia, and I wanted to try to make it pop off, and I was just like, no, there's no way. It's just like,
It was a-
so I attacked
Yeah.
you even just to try to get you to commit mana.
It was oppressive just to show us that he
Yeah.
had it. And then he never used it. He never ended
Yeah.
up
No,
using either
he
of
didn't
them.
have to.
Yeah.
He dissuaded us from.
Because the Videcast, the thing that gave it menace, he has enough to pay the 3 to counter this. Because then if I gave it to you, he wouldn't have been able to block with that red 8/8. Because then he needed menace, and the other thing had protection from colors from the other creature. So then you would have, like, I don't know what you had to kill it.
I had the swords at that
Oh,
point.
the swords.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could have been swords
Yeah.
my thing. So then now why I chose not to put the menace thing on there to at least get my damage in on you.
That was a fun
You're pretty
game.
scary, yeah.
A lot of action very
Yeah.
fast.
Thanks. Good game, Larry. Thanks for coming on, Barry. Thanks for coming on, Matt.
Good
Thanks
games
again.
always.
Hey, guys, every other Friday, check out I Hate Your Deck. And if you can support the channel by joining the Patreon, it really helps us out so we can keep bringing you content every other Friday. Until then, we'll hate Larry's deck, right?
Yeah.
Peace. If you really want to support I Hate Your Deck, there's a lot of ways to help support us. Number one way is through Patreon. Patreon is a great place where you get to join our community. We have a Discord where we play a lot of Magic with our friends, and there's such a community of people from around the world in our Discord. So if you want access to our deck list, do you want to play Magic with a lot of people from all over the world and interact or help brew your decks, the I Hate Your Deck Discord through Patreon will help you get all that done. Hey, if you've been liking I Hate Your Deck, hit the like, subscribe, and ring that bell to get notifications when we have new episodes coming out. And we also have bonus episodes. If you want to see those bonus episodes that were too hot for YouTube, join our Patreon to check that out. Hey everyone, it's time for the Patreon shout-outs. I'd like to thank Joshua Tedisco, Marionette, and Gunnar Edmiston. Thanks, guys. If you want a shout out, you need to be a tier 4 or tier 5 patron where we give shout outs. Now, we love all of our patrons, but it's just one of the perks of being a tier 4 or tier 5 patron. Without you patrons, we wouldn't be where we are today, and we wouldn't be able to keep making content. So thank you so much for helping us make this show a reality, and we're really excited to keep bringing you great content for the years to come. I can't wait to be able to bring my son on the channel once he gets old enough, let me tell you.
I hate your deck. Wizards of the West Coast, tapping out and slinging spells. Wizards of the West Coast, tapping out and slinging spells. I hate your deck. Wizards of the West Coast. I hate your deck. Wizards of the West Coast. I hate your deck. Join the I Hate Your Deck Patreon exclusive Discord to get the various benefits and be able to play Commander daily with people from around the world in our global community. I hate your deck.